Right. Thank you so much for that introduction. Yes, before I put this one down, let me quickly share with you that mindset is everything. And without renewed mindset, there will be no transformation. And that is why one of the key points of renewing your mindset is when you upgrade your knowledge and when you keep learning, because learning is living. Learning is a lifestyle. And for you to know better, for your relationship to be transformed, you need your mindset to be renewed. If you have a fixed mindset, you have the power to change your fixed mindset to a positive and growth mindset. For you to be transformed or to experience change in your relationship, either your relationship in your family or relationship with others out there, your mindset needs to be changed, because the state of your mind will determine the position of your relationship or how you relate with others, how you perceive others, and how you can respect others and add value to them. And that is why relationship is very important and relationship matters. I've written a book called Yes, You Can. That's the beginning of my journey. I've written about how to build deeper relationship, earn more money, and be an happier you. I also have written a book called The Love We Lost. How can we reconnect it back? How can we rebuild our relationship? Remember, it's not an overnight and it is not an easy task, but it is possible. You can build your trust, you can build your relationship, and you can be happy again, which is very important. So most of my books are available at www.amazon.co.uk or www.amazon.com. Recently also, we launched a book called Relationship Matters in collaborations of 15 young leaders all over the world. They've come together, contributed to this wonderful book. And the book is all about relationship matters. How can we build, maintain, and keep any relationship? Volume 1. This is a very powerful book. Get your own copy from Amazon and renew your mindset for transformation. We also have other books, especially one from my husband, Mr. Olufemi Lucas-Afolalu, The Power of Wisdom for Journey of Life. So get all these copies from Amazon and your life will never be the same again. So before I go on again, let me quickly do this again. So on this occasion, I'm going to be sharing with you quickly on transformational relationship, or we can say, like you heard me saying that without renewing your mindset, you cannot experience the transformation in your relationship or even in your leadership, because everything will determine of the state of your mindset. So that is why permit me this morning or this afternoon or this evening to quickly share with you on relationship. And that is mindset of transformation for relationship. Let's may ask you some questions, but before then, there are two basic areas that seems to be critical in all relationships, either family relationship, professional relationship, and others. And those two are expectations and communication. But before then, let me ask you a question. What do we expect from ourselves and the other person involved in the relationship? What do you expect? How do we communicate these expectations and our feelings and opinions to the person in the same relationship? Because it's very important. How does our personalities type affect our expectations and methods of communication? How? Does our personalities type affect who we are romantically attracted to? And then, how does it affect who our friends are? Those around us, those we relate to, those we associate ourselves with, and those we work with. How does it affect us? We're still talking about our expectation and how we communicate with it. So it's very important in relationship. The only way to live happily, peacefully, and harmony with one another in this world is for everyone to admit it, that we are all different. We are all not perfect. And we are all can make mistakes. We are all have the ability to choose our traditions, religions, or way to serve God, the universe, and our culture, and still respect one another. We all have the ability to choose. Better understanding brings peace and unity and love, especially in relationship. So let's move on with this relationship. The component of love are intimacy, passion, compassion, commitment, caring. In the midst of storm, crisis, adversity, and challenges and conditions beyond control can arise because we are in the same journey together and you are not alone, especially in terms of relationship. So there are doubts to arise. We cannot shy away from that. There will always be disappointment. There will always be challenges. So that is why it is very important that we start talking about it so that we have better understanding, and that can bring peace in your heart, peace within you, and peace with others. Love is paramount, and love will bring peace, harmony, and unity. Love protects the future and saves lives and unifies people. So probably what I'm trying to say here today is that love is very important when we are talking about relationship. Because if the love is not there, then we will struggle. Love is the greatest. So that is why when we are talking about relationship, the first base background of that relationship must be love. And time will not permit me to tell you more about love, because love is not only one love. We have different kinds of love. We have love between husband and wife. We have love between children and parents. We have love between partners, business partners, collaborators. There is love between even our friends. So, but time will not permit me today to share more about love. But if you want to know more about it now, visit the www.amazon.co.uk and you can grab the book on the love we lost. But the truth is, we all have a choice and right to make decisions for our lives. and get better understanding of how it works. However, majority don't know themselves. They don't know who they are. They don't know their identity. And that makes, they don't know their purpose, and they don't even know their rights. As husband and wife, mother and father, even male and female, boys and girls, they don't know their rights. And we misquoted and misjudged and misunderstood what love is all about, and even relationship, and even marriage. Majority rush into building their relationship and having to having to get married, but they don't even have a clue of what marriage is all about. They don't know how to build family. They don't know how to build relationship. They don't know how to maintain relationship, and they don't even know what marriage is all about. They just see other people getting married, and then they get married, and then they are stuck in the way. Another thing is, we assume too much that it is bed of roses. We assume too much that marriage is about supremacy, superiority, sexuality, and dominion. We assume that the other half will meet all our expectations. Every human being has expectations. We have them writing it down, or we have them in our mind. And we're expecting our spouse, our husband, our wives to know all our expectations, just like that, to know and also to meet all of it. So we assume that they all know, and they have the ability to meet our expectations. Sometimes we even assume that they are perfect. Remember, I said right from the beginning, no one is perfect. We are all getting better every day. We also assume that someone's only purpose of marriage is only to fulfill intimacy, to make babies, take care of the children and the kitchen, domestic work. And that leads to insecurity, threats, jealousy, blaming, condemning, and envying. Because we just assume that that is what marriage is all about. I'm also talking to myself because I'm learning every day. A Rome is not built in a day. I said it right from the beginning. So we assume, and we are frustrated easily because our expectations is not being met. We assume that we can change the other person or our spouse when we get married. That was absolutely wrong assumption. No one can change anybody. You can only change yourself for better. And probably when you change yourself, it will reflect and influence people around you and everything around you. But we just assume that we can change them. We also assume that our marriage will be like our parents or our friends, trying to compare our relationship, trying to compare our marriage with others. And you've forgotten that you are also unique. You've forgotten that it's your responsibility to build your home, to build your relationship. That is why this masterclass is all about. So we assume we've watched our parents. Oh, yes. We've watched their relationship, how they communicate, how they tolerate, how they interact, how they endure. Sometimes you don't know some of the story because they might keep it from you. And then our friends. And till today, majority went into divorce just because of the influence of the family and friends. We also assume that we don't have a choice. You have a choice. Every human being has a choice. And it is our duty to love and suffer in silence. That is very dangerous, and that is very common in majority of marriages. They assume that, well, it's their cross to bear, and they suffer in silence for the sake of religion, for the sake of what people will say, for the sake of culture and tradition, society, for the sake of children, and not really dealing with the issue, but enduring it. What will people say? Finally, financial security also can tie somebody down and not reaching their full potentials. And all of us, including me, we are guilty of that. Because like I said, we are not perfect. We can only get better. And the only way to get better is to get better understanding and keep learning every day. We got stuck with emotional blackmail. Oh, yes. If you want to know more about that, there's so many books written on emotional blackmail. We are all either guilty or victim of all those which some are still suffering, pretending all is well. Suffering silence and pretending to the world all is well. Dying in their closet, but outside there, they're showing us all is well. Pretending all is well. And even afraid to speak out. And they don't know what to do. Because if you don't speak out, if you don't seek for help, both spiritually and professionally, if you don't seek for help, then you are dying in your own closet. You're afraid to speak out. You're afraid to share. The only thing I'll just say is that know who you are sharing your intimacy or your problems with. It's very important. Firstly, know how to speak to God direct, because that's the first priority. And if your faith is not strong enough, then look for your pastor to share with, or go extra length to even go for professional counseling. But seek for help. Don't die in silence, because these are the dangerous things that's happening. The dangerous thing is when you have to keep quiet and pleases everyone. Remember I said that some people base on what will people say. Let people talk, let people say. You didn't come for them. When you are coming to this world, you came by yourself alone. When you leave this world, you will live by yourself alone. Remember, the Bible says that everybody will give account of themselves. You're going to give the account of whatever you do. Are you going to tell God that because of so and so, that is why I did this? That is why I suffered this in silence. That is why I wasn't speaking. That is why I'm not meeting my full potential. Alone we came to this world, and alone when we die, we go. So don't let that, what people will say, determine your life, your marriage, your relationship, and your happiness. So the dangerous thing is when you have to keep quiet and pleases everyone, and the situation starts escalating and can lead to violence, suicidal, mental health, abuse, and even death. But I'll repeat it again. The truth is, we all have a choice and right to make the decision for our lives and get better understanding of how it works. However, majority don't know themselves. And that is why it will lead me to say, in perfection, we are not perfect. We have to embrace it that we are not perfect. We have to embrace it that we are unique, we are special. We have to embrace it that we are in our journey of life. We have to embrace it that we can make mistakes and we can fail. In life, no one is perfect. No individual, not even family. Even if you are watching and observing family out there, or parents or friends, they are not perfect. They walk it through. You don't know half of their story. You don't know how they've sacrificed, they've compromised, and they've endured and tolerate one another. You don't know. You only see this result, the outcome of their working out together. And you jump into conclusion that that family is perfect. That parents, they are perfect. My friend's family are perfect. But get this today, no one is perfect. We all are different from different backgrounds. Oh, yes. We are from different backgrounds coming together. Some people can be from UK, another person can be from India, but they are together. But then there will be differences in culture, differences in tradition, differences in other things, even in religion. Because it's so easy, it's so possible for a Muslim to marry a Christian to marry a Muslim to marry an Hindu to marry a Christian. It's so easy. It's possible. So we need to embrace that diversity. We have to embrace that our differences. Even let's talk about within our locality as well. We're still not perfect, and we are different. You have 4 children, they are totally different from one another. You come from the same village, totally different from one another. So we cannot change that fact. We cannot ignore it. We cannot shy away from it and say, no, we are all different from different backgrounds. And that is why one of the key things that my pastor helped me while I was doing my counseling many years ago is analyze it by using the SWOT analysis. Analyze it. Know some things before you enter into it. What is your strength? What is your partner's strength, the one you're going to get married to? What's your weakness? What is his own or our own weakness? Then you walk 2 persons around. We have the strength, we have the weakness, we have the threats, we have the opportunity. So we need to start analyzing that. That we bring, because whether we like it or not, man and a woman, they are different. You just have to read more and understand better. So we need to embrace our differences. And the only way to do it is for us to talk through it, walk through it, and know better. Remember, we cannot change anybody. I did say that before. But we can change ourselves for better. This is not the way I was when I was getting married 30 years ago. And the same thing with my husband. But we were growing and growing and growing every day till this time. This is why I have chosen to use imperfect principles sometimes, even in my own life. Because there are challenges people face. We all face challenges. We all face the adversity. Even some conditions beyond our control will come because we are entering into the world that we don't know. We are entering into a relationship that we don't know. And things we can be strange to every one of us. So there are challenges people face in any relationship that needs solution. And that's why we keep talking about it. We keep sharing. That's why we are arranging this masterclass. so that we learn, we gain better understanding. And in my coaching and mentoring section, I have set some goals and plans, reasonable strategies for how to overcome anger, for example. Because anger is also one of the elephants. It's also one of the things that reach out, that made conflicts. They are easily angry. But the good news is we can get better. We can overcome our anger management. We can overcome our emotions. We can control it. There's nothing in this world that we cannot do, because all things are possible with God. Remember, I said before, no one is perfect. So we are all learning to become better. So if you want transformation in your life, if you want transformation in your relationship, you need to get a better understanding and start developing yourself. That's why I say that the state of our mind is very important. And it is very important that we'll be able to do how to forgive, how to overcome anger, how to be free from bitterness, how to overcome fear, how to manage emotions, how to communicate, how to relate with spouse, children, friends, relatives, and so many there. And I want to believe that on this platform, we will be discussing about it for the rest of the year. So stay tuned and visit YYCI.tv. Visit it and see so many series that we've done so far, and we continue to be doing it because our relationship must be transformed. How to love again, how to build trust, because sometimes our trust is broken just immediately. Everything goes wild. Everything is not working right. Then we start breaking our trust. But can we build it again? Oh, yes. We can be honest again. We can build our trust again. We can build that relationship again. We can build our love again. How you'll be able to love and trust. How to keep safe in relationship and not suffer in silence. It's very important. And that's why we keep talking about it. Let me quickly share with you on kinds of relationship. Because relationships are so wide. They are so broad. We have the family relationship that involves people whom you are relating in some ways or other. They usually include people whom you live with in your household. You are feeling as such, you share a strong bond with your mother, your father, your siblings. Further, you are linked to your uncles and aunties and uncles, grandparents, and other distant families' relations. The bond that you share with your family plays a major role on your overall being. Remember, I said a long time ago, charity starts from home. Your relationship with yourself, relationship with your spouse, relationship with your children is very, very important. How your relationship is will determine how you will relate with others. You are linked to your uncles and others. So the bond you share with your family plays a major role on your overall being. They plays a major role. If your relationship with your spouse is not right, you need to start looking ways of improving it. If your relationship is not right with your children, you have to find a way of building that relationship, because everything has consequences. While some people are closely attached to their relations, others prefer to maintain distance from some members. As such, this affects a person in numerous ways. That's family relationship. Then we can talk about friendly relationship, which is far, far different from family. Family first, then friend. Relationship. Friendly relationship that we share with our friends, our peers, our fellow workers, our acquaintances, our even professionals also sometimes next to our family. These friendly people play a major role in directing our lives towards a correct or wrong track. So you have to know who your friends are. You have to know your circle. Your network will determine your net worth. Who you surround yourself with matters. The association you involve in matters. So you need to be careful of the association you involve in. You have to be careful of the circle you find yourself. That is why in Yes, You Can, we are building relationship. It's not just an organization. We want people to know themselves, bond together, learn together, grow together, and impact into other people's lives, make a change in the world, and progress together. Though many people depend on this relation for taking important decisions of their lives, each of us is affected by them, by the people around you. It's very important. Then we have romantic relationship. A romantic relationship is the most beautiful and rewarding yet complex relationship that one can indulge in. These relationships are filled up with lots of love, trust, and understanding, as these are the parameters that we responsible for the success or the failure of the same. So it could be husband and wife. Well, in the world, they might say boyfriend and girlfriend. But the most important thing is husband and wife. Then we have professional relationship. People develop successfully productive and satisfying relationships at their workplace as well. Colleagues, clients, customers, senior customers, subordinates are some people with whom this relationship are likely to trigger off. That's another relationship. Like here on this platform, we are building relationship all over the world. We are collaborating with one another, networking. So it's very important to know more about relationship. Because if you want to go further, you need to first of all know what's the relationship you are building. Are you building family relationship, romantic relationship, professional relationship? Are you? The next one is pet relationship. These days, owning a pet has become a necessity for almost every family. In fact, pets has become a part of their lives. You can find kids playing and snuggling with cats and dogs to find pleasure and pass their leisure time. For adults, these families' pouch serve as companions, especially for disabled individuals and people with special needs. Pets bring smiles on faces of millions. I remember where I work, we have one particular one that used to come around just to cheer people up. Because remember, many people will not be able to bring their pet to a certain situation or condition. So pet brings smile. That's not all. By caring for the emotional and physical needs of these furry friends, we contribute to a healthy society. These are a few types of relationships that we human beings are involved with in our daily lives, with some love, care, affection, commitment, sacrifice. This different relationship can make us happy and relax. And that's why we need transformation. That's why we need our mindset to be changed. You cannot be an island. You cannot be alone. A tree cannot be a forest. We are here in this world together. Whatever you are facing, many people are facing it. But guess what? You have the solution to somebody's problem. And that is why you have to come out of your comfort zone and start sharing, start helping, start solving problems of others. Before I come out of these types of relationship, let me also mention another very important relationship, and that is interracial relationship. Very, very, very important. As the name suggests, means a relationship in which the partners belongs to different racial group and background. For example, if a Native American gets involved with a person of Asian origin, the relationship will be termed as interracial. The trend of interracial relationship has been on the rise since past few years, because people are coming out of their comfort zone, because people are being educated, because people are moving around. They are migrating, they are moving around. However, even today, it is not much encouraging by people, rather, but many people in the world prefer to stay away from interracial relationship or marriage, even the contemporary world. But at least you get the knowledge of it. If you don't do it, other people will do it. They will build that kind of relationship. Common interracial relationship through interracial relationship and marriages has been noticed throughout the world. It's not about you alone. It's not about where you are now. You can come out of your comfort zone. Education can take you anywhere. Condition, situation, even business can move you everywhere in the world. So it is very important. Some of it can be Native Americans and Asian, Asian and white, Black and white, Asian and Black, and Native American and white, even British. And you can get that more information on that on iloveindia.com. Let's go back to our assumption again. Probably that is what we're going to finalize today before I round up, because assumption is a killer. We assume what is not even necessary. We jump into conclusion. We live a life of assumption instead of us to come out and learn and build ourselves up and renew our mindset and see the better picture of things. Perceive differently of people. Another thing is we assume too much that it is the bed of roses. Yes, we've talked about all this. I don't want to mention it again. And there's dangerous in absorption. So if I want to round up today concerning that, let's start with transformation. Let's renew our mindset. Firstly, let's stay positive. Let's move on from negative to positive and know that it is possible. You can build that relationship. You can build that marriage. Yes, I agree with you. There's so many divorces and separation. We can't blame them. It could be one reason or the other. But like I said to my husband recently, I said, I wish what I know now, I knew it long time ago. But then if I know it for a long time ago, there will always be an issue and challenges because we are all growing every day and things are changing every day. And we are learning from our mistakes. We are learning from our failures. Even if you are single, you can still learn, because it's not about relationship with husband and wife alone that we are talking about. It's a relationship with people, among the team, among your co-workers, between the business, the partners. It's still the same principle we can apply. For example, if we talk about effective communication, in any relationship, effective communication is very important. Respect is very important. Tolerance is very important. Understanding one another is very important. Peace within before you share peace for outside. It's very important. So it is very important that we all continue to share, to build, because it's not easy, but it is possible. I will start this section by quoting the word of God in the Bible, which says, be not transfashioned according to the word that you have known, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, and ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. You need to renew your mindset. You need to renew your mind. You need to change what you are storing in your mindset. That is why seminars is all about. We are doing this on seminar, on this relationship now, and we're doing it throughout this week. And guess what? I'm also good because I'm learning. I'm also going to be going to my own church on Saturday for marriage seminar. Oh, yes. So we need to keep learning, keep learning, keep learning, keep learning to get better, to feed your mind. So to transform our life is to greatness, our mindset has to be renewed. And for your mind to be renewed, you've got to gather right information. Where do you get the right information? Like we are talking here now about relationship. A lot of great leaders, world leaders are coming to share with us, our mentors, our trainers, our coach, our teachers, our speakers. They're coming to this platform to share. And we can learn from them. And you are listening, and you are observing, and you are reasoning, and you are gathering the right information. That's the way to go about it. That's the way to renew your mind. So we get that right information and study thoroughly. Don't depend on just what they said. You can do better by going back, watch the video again, study more about it, gain more revelation of it, and start acting on what you've understood. Read books about relationship, about marriage, about family. Read books about what goes wrong. Read about relationship. Read books on even about man and a woman, because we are all different. Man receive the information logically. Woman receive the information with emotion. You see how different we are? So we need to know our differences. Because if we don't know, we get frustrated and misunderstand the whole thing. Yes, we can argue, but we argue healthy arguments. We argue with one another in a good manner. So read books, listen to audio tapes, watch videos that will transform your life, that will transform your relationship. Be determined that you want to work it, because if it's going to be, it's up to you. You want your relationship to work, it's up to you. You want to have a good relationship with others, it's up to you. You want to have the relationship with your spouse, it's up to you. You want to have a deeper and better and healthy relationship, it's up to you. So you have to do the work you have to do the work. You have to be determined. You have to make a quality decision, and you have to take actions. Go for seminars, read books, listen to tapes. So if you want transformation, that's how it will work. So what is your mind? It's written with a sound mind. So transformation should lead us to identification. Knowing who you are, and then you will be able to know others and understand others. Or if you deny yourself, then you will be insecure. Then you will be jealous. You'll be jealous in others. Yes. But if you know who you are, you know how special you are. You know the one that is greater in you, that is greater than the one in the world. You know the power you carry. You know the gift that is in your hand, the skills that you are developing. You know how unique you are. Then be ready to move freely and to appreciate others, because we are all different. Revelation to live in a reality of tomorrow is now. Live and be present now. Enjoy your life now. Enjoy your marriage now. Enjoy your relationship now. Don't suspend. Don't look out there, look within. That's the way to go about it. We need to renew our mind to a transformation. Our structure, our mood, our figures, our culture, our custom, our tradition. We need to know it and get it better. Know the reason why you are doing what you are doing. Because majority of us jump the wagon. They do it, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it because others are doing it. Why don't you stand out of the crowd and be distinguished? Let your marriage be distinguished. Very important. So before I go any further, remember I keep saying that you need to renew yourself. You need to build yourself up. You need to, because it's also going to start from you. When you change you, then your changing of you will reflect the people around you. So I'm just going to share with you quickly the ways to develop and control your mindset for relationship, because it's very important. And I will round up with these 2 points. A, self-acceptance. Accept yourself. Accept who you are. Accept your position. Accept even as a woman, as a man. Accept yourself. One of the major ways to control your mindset is through self-acceptance. Know you are unique. You are special. You are prayerfully, wonderfully made by God Almighty. Accept yourself. If you do not accept yourself, you will definitely have a low self-esteem. Oh, yes. And low self-image. Accept who you are. You are special. You are unique. You are superwoman, superman. Accept who you are. Never put yourself down. Because that's another thing. Build your confidence, knowing that you are great personality. You have great personalities. It's only you have to discover yourself. The day I discovered myself, oh my God, I let no one put me down anymore. The day I discover who I am, I let nobody run me down anymore. And that is what many people are having. The man don't know who they are. The woman don't know who they are. And the early slightest is they get angry quickly. And the next thing is to abuse one another. If you accept yourself, your self-image will be positive and your self-esteem will increase. And then you will build your confidence. And then you will free yourself. You will not do things because of what people will say. You will not do things to please others because you know you are special. Then the second one is appreciate yourself. Nobody will appreciate you. Only you will appreciate who you are. Appreciate yourself. You are blessed. You are gifted. You are anointed. You are a productive product. You are a resource. You are resourceful. So appreciate yourself. You have what it takes to create wealth. You have what it takes to maintain relationship with others. So accept yourself and respect, appreciate yourself. Because nobody will appreciate if you don't appreciate yourself. It's the way you comport yourself, is the way people will accept you. It's the way you respect yourself and appreciate yourself, is the way people will appreciate you. That means you should always take out time to appreciate yourself in a special way. Don't wait for your spouse or your husband or wife to treat you good before you treat yourself. And don't even wait until you get married before you start treating yourself. If you are single, be the best of your version. Take good care of yourself. Love yourself. Work on yourself. This means you should always take out the time. That's why the mistake you feel you have done. We all make mistakes. So it's not new. It's only those that accept their responsibility of their mistakes that will be able to develop and get better and learn from those mistakes. So appreciate yourself in a special way, despite the mistakes you feel you have done or shortcomings you see in yourself. You are special. And this is the mindset that allows you to feel self-love. Don't sell yourself, but love yourself. So if you want to build a good relationship, a healthy relationship, it's also going to start from you. How you present yourself is the way people respect you. If you put yourself down and have a low self-esteem, people will abuse you easily. But I'm coming to those abusers probably next of my section, because you have no right to abuse anybody, not even those young girls, those innocent girls and boys. You have no right to abuse them. But that will be my next section next time. Then C, determine your thoughts. Determine what you are thinking. Do you know that you can change your negative thoughts to positive thoughts? Do you know that you can cast down all imagination that doesn't exalt itself? Do you know that you can fill yourself with positive thoughts? Have a positive thinking and take a positive action. You have to determine the thoughts that goes through your mind. You have the right to choose. Remember, I keep saying it to you. Yes, we are surrounded with negativity. Doesn't mean you should stay in the negativity. Yes, we are surrounded with impossibility. Doesn't mean that you stay in the impossibility. You can change it. So positive thoughts have good effects in your life, while negative thoughts are toxic, destructive in nature. Always try to command your mind to stop anytime you are thinking about something negative. Yes, if all these negatives comes to your mind, exchange it, transform it, change it around. For example, on my own, if I'm thinking of, oh, I can't do that, I change it to I can do it, I can achieve it, I can become. So you have the power to change it. You just have to look for inspirational tips that will help you to renew your mindset. Or even yourself, you have to have a confession, self-talk. I can do it. I can achieve it. I can overcome it. I am a winner. I'm champion. I can go far. I am unstoppable. No one can stop me. No one can limit me. Yes. This is an active way of getting control of your mindset. Then the last but not the least is share your thoughts with the trusted person. Very important. Know who you are sharing your thought with. You need a new perspective of your thought. Sometimes you can achieve this by confiding in someone you trust. This could be your parents, could be your counselor, can be your mentor or coach, or even your partner. They can give you a new view of the negative thoughts that you have, which you are struggling with. You are a new view of the negative. They can give the new view of the negative thoughts. This new perspective helps you to control your mind in future for your own benefit. When you have positive mindset, when you think positively, it will reflect your relationship and even your people around you. So on this occasion, I thank you so much for rounding up today masterclass with my own short inspirational nugget of wisdom. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for all your time, your studying. And I want to believe there will be transformation in your life. So keep building yourself up, keep getting yourself better. And above all, keep transforming your relationship, because with God, all things are possible. And yes, you can. This is Dr. Elizabeth Lucas-Afolalu, the founder and director of Yes, You Can International, and also the author of a book, the award-winning author of a book called Yes, You Can. Join us tomorrow for another relationship masterclass at the same time, 10 o'clock UK time, at the same platform. Thank you for joining us today. May God bless you.